Hello YouTube and welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos. So today I have for you a Crystal Beast deck. Now for a long time I've been trying to figure out a way to use Crystal Beast, you know, to the best of their potential, and I finally figured out that this card, Parallel Twister, is perfect for it. It lets you use the card twice basically. The effect of Parallel Twister is really good because you get to destroy one card on the field. It can either be a monster or a spell or trap card. But sending one other spell or trap card it's kind of sucks as a cost. But your Crystal Beast is going to be able to mitigate that. So after your Crystal Beast gets destroyed, you can use Parallel Twister, send it to the graveyard, and then pop something. That's basically the main engine of this deck. We run 3 of the Crystal Beast, Tiger, and 3 of the Mammoth, which are pretty much the strongest ones. All the other ones are too little. They have different effects, but they're not very viable. So I went with this deck, and because they're both beast, I threw in some of the strongest beast and beast warriors. We have Exarian Universe, which is a really cool card that we only have one of from the card flipper, and I got this card on the last day, of course. I'm looking at you, guns blazing. But anyway, it's really cool because I'm also using Beast Rising, so you can use its piercing effect after you have Beast Rising on it, and then it becomes a really powerful piercing monster. Also, the 1900 defense, it's really good because you see a lot of Sergeant Electros and stuff like that, and they can't get over this if it's in defense mode. I'm also running Gladiator Beast Andal. I wanted to run Force Raider, but the 300 defense, believe it or not, can come. The 300 extra defense can come in pretty handy when you're running cards like Mirror Wall and Wall of Disruption that, you know, lower your opponent's attack. Sometimes you need that extra attack. Like for example, if this is in defense mode, a Bestiary cannot destroy it. They have to run into it and then summon, you know, Murmillo. Whereas Force Raider, even though it has the best artwork, would get destroyed at 1200 defense. This monster ratio might seem a little weird because it's only 8 monsters. I was running 9 and I kept drawing into 3 or even 4 monsters in my opening hand, and I know that can happen even if you only run 4 monsters, but I was getting really unlucky, so I cut it down to 8, and I added Gravel Storm instead of my 9th monster, because with Gravel Storm I can recycle one of my Crystal Beasts that is in the spell or trap card zone, and also bounce a trap card, which can be really clutch, especially against things like burn decks. You know, it's really important that you clear their back row, and even if it's just for one turn, that might be all you need, especially if you have Beast Rising to, you know, attack once and then boost the attack of your other monster before you attack. But if you want to switch out the ratio, you can add another Beast Andal or any Beast Warrior you want. The 2 Beast Rising, we already went over the walls. 3 enemy controllers, pretty standard stuff, you know, defense and offense. It's really cool because if you econ take something like a Laquari and you have your Beast Rising, you can actually just banish the monster and take advantage of it that way. The 2 Beast Rising, it's good because if you happen to draw into your second one, it's not you know, necessarily dead because you have the Parallel Twister. Same goes for Gravel Storm. If your opponent's not running any back row, if it's something like Cyber Angels, you can still send the Gravel Storm with Parallel Twister to destroy a monster instead. We're using the Tie That Binds because it really helps that extra 100 attack, believe it or not, especially on Tiger, because he goes to 2000 already when he attacks a monster. So the 2100 can get over, you know, like 6 Samurais with the field spell and stuff like that. But enough talking, let's go ahead and get into this replays. I know you guys are probably enjoying the Bonds or Bones event. I called them Bonds last time and somebody told me I was wrong, so I'm gonna use both names. I think it's pretty cool. I like that we have more Ghost Trick monsters, so hopefully I can get, you know, at least 2 of each of the new Ghost Trick monsters, and then maybe I can try Ghost Tricks again, because last time, if you guys remember, I failed miserably. But here we're going up against Mindscan Cyber Angels, I believe. And before I was using the Exarion and the Andal, I was actually running with Vampire Koala because I wanted to gain the life points and maybe pay for Mirror Wall that way. But it wasn't really viable, so I just went with the 1900 attack instead. But here we see the regular shenanigans, summon Ida-10 using Ben 10 or that double search. He does have Mind Scan, so he knows I have an enemy controller and I have a Beast Rising, which, it puts them in a predicament. Do they want to activate Dakini's effect and lose the Dakini, or what do they do? And that's the cool thing about running, your basic 1800s, that Cyber Angels can't really get over them with any other card other than Dakini. So he chooses not to activate Dakini's effect, so I just switch it into defense mode since I have my Beast Rising. And now that I have Beast Rising, I can go to destroy one of the monsters. And here I didn't activate my Beast Rising because if he summoned another Dakini, I would have been, donezo. I instead kept two monsters on the field. When he goes for the attack, I activate my Beast Rising, and now his Dakini cannot get over my beefy Koala. And I don't know why he added the Machine Angel Ritual back, because I was pretty much going for game in this turn with the Beast Rising. I attacked one of the Senjus first, attacked the other one, and then we farm him for 3900. Nice and easy, but that was pretty much a golden opening hand when you have both Beast Rising and enemy controller against Dakini. Not a lot they can do. Let's see who the Yugimoto. I don't remember this. I saved so many replays with this deck, and then I would delete them and then get some new ones. And I had a lot of fun with this deck. I used it for the whole day today, so I might bring this out in the stream so you guys can see it live. But oh, this is another Cyber Angel. We're going up against the Restart Cyber Angel, and once again I have Beast Rising and I have enemy controller, so my hand cannot be better than that. I decide not to set my Mirror Wall in case this gets destroyed. I can set it in the spell and trap zone, and then for the potential parallel twister play. We see the same play, the amazing play, Ida-10 using Ben 10 for the double search. I'm always surprised when I see that play. It's like, how do they come up with this combos, man? But anyway, we see them add Petite Angel and Absolute Ritual. Then we see Petite search at Dakini. This time they're going to activate Dakini's effect. So I do the Econ take, get rid of that Dakini, and then we're gonna see Dakini number 2, because that's super fair. Luckily for me, he does not have Mind Scan, so he doesn't know that this is a Wall of Disruption, and Wall of Disruption comes super clutch. Benton goes all the way down to 0. Dakini, it's not really a threat at 1100, so I can easily get over it with my Mammoth. Switch the Ida-10 into defense mode. I can't get over it, unfortunately. I need another beast so I can use my Beast Rising. There we see him search, but he can't really summon another Dakini. I mean, he could actually, he just didn't have it, luckily for me. So we see Ben 10, and here I made a misplay. I wasn't paying attention, and he's going to attack with Sonic Bird, and he did that to play around the Wall of Disruption, quote unquote, so that if my if the Sonic Bird would get destroyed, but he would get to keep the Ben 10, and I don't use the Wall of Disruption, which could have cost me the game, but luckily I do top deck another beast, so I can use my Beast Rising, and then pretty much there's nothing he can do. I even top deck a Parallel Twister so I can send my Beast Rising to the graveyard and farm him for 3500, just like the other Cyber Angel player. Because you can't just beat him, man, you gotta farm him. You gotta make him really think about their life choices. Now we got a Rex Raptor. and it's gonna be your Dino control deck, which is a really good deck. I also used it for a little bit, but I didn't make a video on it because I've seen a lot of videos already, and they're probably better than mine. But we see the big 2000 attack Dino, so I immediately go for the Parallel Twister so that I can destroy that with my my Tiger. There we go. He top decks Hydrogen, and he's got anti-magic arrows. But this is very important because my Tiger does not go to the graveyard. His Hydrogen effect does not trigger because it needs to send it to the graveyard in order to trigger it. So that was pretty clutch for me. I top deck an enemy controller, so I'm able to get rid of the Hydrogen, and basically we're just in a top deck contest right here. Who can top deck the best card? And so far I'm winning. I'm hitting for 1800. I also have Gravel Storm. So on the new set that he did not activate last turn, I send it back. Because he didn't activate this last turn, I just send a new one back, and I'm able to get my Tiger back into my hand. The enemy controller on the Tiger is fine because I have Beast Rising. I just banish my Tiger and farm Rex as well for 3500. That's one of the instances where, you know, Gravel Storm comes in pretty clutch when you're able to get a monster back into your hand. And it works out because, like I said, you're running a low count of monsters because you want to be able to protect those monsters with your enemy controllers, your wall disruptions, you know, all of your back row. So pretty much every duel you want to have 1 to 2 monsters and, you know, 3 to 2 back row cards. Otherwise you're just gonna get run over with your 1700 attack monsters. We have another Mind Scan. I don't think this is Cyber Angels. I wouldn't have shown 3 Cyber Angels. Yeah, this is Control. So once again, I go for the same play, Parallel Twister. I'd rather get rid of the back row and get rid of the Sergeant Electro than sit on a Beast Rising. But then we go into a top deck contest. He goes for the Leotard. I go for Andal. And then he top decks this guy, Card Guard. So then he crashes, but luckily I still have another monster in my hand, and now I can actually start playing some back row with this Wall of Disruption. Hitting for 2000. He's seen the Wall of Disruption, so it's no secret. He doesn't attack with it. But now I can just use my Parallel Twister, hit the back row. We see the Windstorm, but that's fine. I can just switch my Andal back into attack mode. And now I have my Tiger, and that is game. Nice and easy. I say nice and easy, but I got pretty nice top decks right there. And then we got our, as of late, obligatory burn matchup, which is just bound to happen. I mean, pretty much 1 out of every 5 duels, if not more, nowadays is against the burn deck, whether it's Weevil Burn or Destiny Draw Burn. They're both annoying, and you know, it is what it is. But here we go. And this is what I'm talking about. 3 monsters and, well, actually 1 monster, I'm sorry, and 3 spell and traps. It's not the best against burn because obviously you want to be able to be aggressive, but Gravel Storm is really good. I'm going to be able to bounce back whatever back row he sets. Unfortunately, as every Weevil, he has the Jade Insect Whistle. He also has Mask of the Accursed. I could bounce back the Mask of the Accursed, but I can't remember if that's what I do. I think that's what I do. Yeah, I bounce back the Mask of the Accursed so that I can hit him for 1900 this turn, and then next turn I can use my enemy controller on the Skies Array. But he actually summons Amazonas, which is good. I was fearing the Lava Golem. I let him hit me for the 600. I'm surprised that he doesn't attack the Parasite, and that pretty much gives me the win. I used Parallel Twister to destroy the Mask of the Accursed so that I have 2 attacks. I was assuming one of these was Massive Morph or an enemy controller. Turns out my assumption was correct. It's a Massive Morph, so the Econ take using the Parasite is going to win me the game. hit him for 15 and then he can die to his own Burning Lance. Get out of here, Weevil. And that's it for the deck. Like I said, really fun. I like the interaction between Crystal Beast and Parallel Twister. Definitely going to keep using it. Hopefully we get some better Crystal Beast cards down the road so that we can actually do something, you know, revolving around the archetype and not just use them as a text, which is kind of what I'm doing. But thank you guys so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want. Join my Discord if you haven't. The link's going to be down in the description, along with my PayPal link. If you guys want to support me, I really appreciate that. And until next time.